Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the myths of AI in oil and gas. Before we get to the content, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Please be sure to hit that notification bell when you do subscribe, because I'm going to upload way more than I used to. Well, let's get to the content. The motivation behind this video is that I hear a lot about AI, and then I also work for a startup that focuses on AI or artificial intelligence. And I hear a lot of buzz about AI. How can companies use AI tools? How can companies vet AI tools? Why is AI the bee's knees all of a sudden when AI has been a thing for the past decade or so? Or why are people so scared of AI when AI is merely statistics? So let's unpack some of the things that we keep hearing about artificial intelligence, and let me tell you from my perspective why they're considered as myths. Let's address the elephant in the room in the sense that the number one myth that people keep talking about: AI is going to replace my job. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. The truth is that AI is not going to replace your job. Artificial intelligence is a tool in the toolbox. It's not meant to be a solution for everything. And if there are people out there saying that AI is a panacea to all of your problems in the industry, then you gotta watch out for that kind of statement. That's a pretty bold statement. Not just a bold statement, it's also a relatively incorrect statement. It is not AI that is going to replace your job. It's the end user that is using AI that is going to replace your job. It is the person that knows how to use artificial intelligence to get to the bottom line, to make their job easier, to increase productivity, that is going to replace your job. So, artificial intelligence is a tool in the toolbox that is an accumulation of learnings that we've had from statistics, from perfect and imperfect data sets, from model tuning, from increased vetting, from keeping to better the model, or to keep making the model learn to make it better and better. So again, artificial intelligence is not meant to replace a person. It is really meant to increase a person's productivity. So let's get that clear. Now let's talk about another myth when it comes to artificial intelligence: that you only need a data science team, or you need a data science team to focus on AI in order to trust the AI. And the truth is, AI is actually meant for any engineering professional or geoscience professional or professional in oil and gas. Artificial intelligence is meant to make your job easier and make your job more productive as the end user. It is not meant to have a specific end user that is a data scientist that only understands the artificial intelligence. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need data scientists. I'm saying that you do need data scientists, but you need other domain experts as well in order to improve artificial intelligence models, in order to improve what you're feeding artificial intelligence, your co-pilot, your chat GPT, your Grok, anything that you can think of when it comes to your AI tools. So I'm not saying that artificial intelligence is meant for a specific group of people in the oil and gas industry. Artificial intelligence is meant for all disciplines. However, artificial intelligence is also meant for vetting of all disciplines too. We need everybody to be involved, considering that AI is not going to leave anytime soon. That I'm going to talk about is that AI is a black box. And it's only true if you don't want to learn about artificial intelligence. What I'm saying here is that, again, the way how artificial intelligence is being portrayed to other people, or when AI companies are selling to other end users or potential end users, yes, there is a misunderstanding that AI can solve all of your problems and AI can increase all of your productivity and AI can be the panacea. And again, if there are companies that are trying to pose this messaging, then you have to watch out and you need to take that with a grain of salt. However, artificial intelligence is not meant to be a black box. There's a lot of explainable AI tools such as SHAP and Lime that provides transparency to how models work. So all you have to do is find the resources, and I can put some resources in the description box below to get a better understanding of how artificial intelligence works, how to improve your fluency in artificial intelligence, and at the end of the day, how you can be marketable in the oil and gas industry because you're able to see artificial intelligence as a glass house as opposed to a black box. Another myth that I'd like to talk about is that AI doesn't provide any ROI, it's just a hype. And it really does depend on how you use artificial intelligence when it comes to this kind of myth. What I'm trying to say is because artificial intelligence is not going to go anywhere and away anytime soon, I propose that artificial intelligence can improve your ROI if you know how to make it work. You need a combination of domain expertise and data scientists to vet AI models to make sure that AI is actually working for you and you can find something beautiful. I'd like to make a shout out to AI Driller, for example. It's a startup company that is working really hard in the Permian, for example, and is providing drilling efficiency improvements. And there's another company that I work for, not to mention a shameless plug, but OPXAI, that has been proven with multiple operators on how to reduce downtime and increase efficiency, production optimization efficiencies. And I can go more into detail of that if that's something that you're interested in. There are proven cases. The question is how much you want to dig deeper into those cases to get a better understanding of artificial intelligence. That just goes back to how much you want to learn about artificial intelligence rather than and being curious about artificial intelligence instead of having the perception that artificial intelligence is 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 going to be wrong. You don't have to have that much intervention into it. And then because you are hands off with the artificial intelligence, it's not going to produce any ROI. And that is the truth. You have to be very involved with the artificial intelligence. You have to build your fluency in artificial intelligence in order for the ROI to make sense. The last myth that I'm going to talk about is that AI is only for tech companies. Sure, tech companies have been early adopters into artificial intelligence, but AI is not only meant for tech companies. It can be used in healthcare to analyze trends and to detect when the next pandemic is going to come or when the next sickness is going to come and how to avoid some of those things. It can, in oil and gas operations, I've already talked to you about certain companies that have been using artificial intelligence to improve production efficiencies, to improve drilling efficiencies. So artificial intelligence can be very versatile in multiple industries. The question is, are you willing to use it and how are you going to make it work? Now, I'm not saying that artificial intelligence is a square peg in a round hole. Artificial intelligence has been the round peg, but you need to figure out which hole it needs to go into. Or kind of like your perception or the Rorschach ink blot test, you need to perceive artificial intelligence as a potential tool that can fit into your workflow. And that goes back to your willingness to be fluent in artificial intelligence, your curiosity in artificial intelligence, and to get a better understanding of why artificial intelligence has been such a buzz, but at the same time a fear in the oil and gas industry. The final thing I'm going to say, and this is not a myth or anything like that, but I do have some closing words when it comes to these myths. I know that whenever something new comes along or whenever there's a new technology, there's always a resistance to change. And artificial intelligence is a prime example of hearing people being resistant to change, and then you have people that are gung-ho about the technology. Now, there can be flaws, there could be pros and cons to both sides of the coin. But I do want to make a plea here that I don't want the oil and gas industry to be the last industry or the latest adopter when it comes to artificial intelligence. Now, the reason why I bring this up is that oil and gas has been notorious to be late adopters when it comes to data science and data analytics when tech companies have already done data science and data analytics. Healthcare has done data science and data analytics. At least that's been my perception. Now, I'm not saying oil and gas didn't have the genesis of data science and data analytics. In fact, it has. Think about kriging back in the 1930s and the 1940s that it was developed. Think about other geostatistical methods. Oil and gas has the potential to develop and even accelerate artificial intelligence capabilities. All we have to do is develop the fluency of where it is in its current state. And then once we understand the current state, the past state, then we can understand how to drive its future. But that is everything that I wanted to share with you relating to myths in artificial intelligence and the debunking of that in oil and gas. As usual, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. This is Yogashu Pradhan. I go by Yoshi Pradhan, and I run Iron Lady Energy Advisors, a consulting firm in oil and gas, particularly in reservoir and production engineering. And I'm signing off.